So you're the richest man on the planet. You've earned more than you can spend in your lifetime. But you see, we have a problem. What use can come from all that wealth and power when at the end of the day, you're just gonna be labeled as an evil, greedy businessman? But you are smart. Surely you would figure something out, right? You've already seen ultra-wealthy businessmen like Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates labeled as all sorts of horrible things. But you are not like them. They are just old dudes who only know how to make a ton of money. But you, on the other hand, are different. You've cracked the code of the Matrix. You know how to do proper PR, so you go super social. While other billionaires rely on traditional media to whitewash their dirty secrets, lucky for you, as you are an influencer, you don't have to do that. Just tweet whatever you think is trending and what goes well with everyday peasant workers, and that's it. You've now successfully become their messiah. People don't like feds taking all their money. Show them how you've been wrong too. Show them how those bastards don't spare anyone, and you are just a normal everyday dude too, who is harassed regularly by that same government. What you don't want to show them, however, is how you've been making billions of dollars each year from that same government, in terms of low interest loans, subsidies, tax credits, contracts, and even straight up cold hard cash. Post useless memes on your social media and suddenly you are now the cool kid in the classroom. Do as many scenes in TV and movies as possible and now you're a funny actor. Do all sorts of interviews and videos with famous YouTube creators and now you are the real innovator, Henry Ford himself of the 21st century. You are on top of the world. Welcome to Darkly. We make documentaries just like this on money, power, war, and crime. Subscribe for more. And this is Elon Musk, the man who controls the Matrix. January 2010, Tesla was on the brink of collapse. You might have already heard Elon say this multiple times about how they were one of the only companies that survived the 2008 collapse. But what you don't hear from him is how he actually did it. You see, Tesla received a $465 million loan at ultra-low interest rates from the Department of Energy when they were on the brink of collapse. A move that no sane government department would ever have taken. But even before this loan in 2009, the government had announced a stimulus fund of $8.5 billion to be shared between Ford, Nissan, and Tesla, and Elon gladly accepted it. During the COVID pandemic, Elon again received unknown amounts of stimulus from the government, and ironically, just before accepting a big fat check from Uncle Sam, Elon tweeted, "Another government stimulus package is not in the best interest of the people, in my opinion. But sure, I would gladly take the free money. After all, why give the money to financially unstable Americans when I can have it all to myself?" By law, every car manufacturer is required to produce a certain amount of emissions-free vehicles each year. But if you are a company who can't follow the regulations, don't worry, you've got it covered. You can just buy the green credits that exist only in thin air because of some new US and EU regulations from an emissions-free electric car company. And that company being Tesla, of course. Stellantis, who owns 4 different car brands, spent almost $2.5 billion to acquire carbon credits. The same $2.5 billion are now almost 100% profits for Tesla. If you are a car company and have cars worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, you'll still need to sell hundreds of thousands of cars in order to make billions in just pure profit. But if you are, let's say, a company like Tesla, you don't have to go through the production hell, no. You can simply sell the credits and make billions. Since 2017, Tesla has made more than $5 billion by selling these carbon credits. The lion has tasted the blood of the baby. Now, it's time to go looking for more ways to make billions of dollars from the US government. Now, one of the ways you can make billions is by saving billions in taxes. You have to set up production plants anyway, so instead of picking a location and building a plant, you've something fun in mind. So you go and play states off against each other. You see, every politician is always vote hungry, and the best way to sell yourself as a politician is by showing how much you care for your people. And the best way to do that would be by bringing as many job opportunities as you can. And that's it! Elon found a tried and tested way of securing billions in tax credits. Just go to different states and negotiate a deal. Whoever gives you the most benefits in terms of cash and tax credits, you set up your manufacturing facility in that specific state. The politicians look good as more jobs are created, and you are happy because you just made billions without, again, selling a single car. Oh, and the PR looks good when people hear about the potential job opportunity for thousands of workers, while the real losers are the American taxpayers, the same taxpayers who are gonna work in those factories to earn a day's living. Basically, you've got the labor force of thousands of workers for absolutely free. In 2020, Tesla received $60 million from Austin to build a truck plant there. The state of New York gave $750 million to Elon, out of which $350 million was just cold, hard cash in exchange for building a solar plant outside of Buffalo. Nevada signed an agreement with Tesla to build a gigafactory near Reno in exchange of $1.3 billion in tax relief and tax credits. Now sure, tax relief sounds great when it's billions of dollars, but then it's only redeemable once you make a profit. But what if you wanted to make some quick cash up front? Well, just look around the world and you'll see we're always at war. So it's now time to cash in. Elon tweets that he's giving away Starlink terminals for free and will continue to do so, but what he doesn't tweet is that he is receiving millions of dollars from the US government to keep sending those to Ukraine. If the government wants to, let's say, advance internet freedom and the free flow of information for the Iranian people, you can help them in doing so by just activating Starlink. Let people think you're doing this for the good of the Iranian people, when in reality, all you are doing is helping the US build a pro-US narrative in a foreign country, while charging thousands of dollars for each terminal because of the unrest in the country and the risk involved in transporting such cargo. So far, almost 1,000 Starlink terminals have been sent to Iran at the cost of American taxpayers, and more than 20,000 terminals are in operation in Ukraine, which, according to the media, is a lifeline and an essential tool for the Ukrainians to keep fighting the Russians. But how many people can access the Starlink internet? Just 15 per terminal. So if you want more people to get access to the internet, which you definitely want if you want to do something at such a big scale, then you need more and more terminals to send to Iran or Ukraine. And the more terminals you need, the more money Elon makes. This is an age-old classic trick of war profiteering to make billions off of war. If you also want to crack the code of the Matrix, just like Elon, and want to be a billionaire, then you can do it too. It's actually easier than you think. Just always be at the right place at the right time, work hard, and just start looting other nations. No, seriously, there are plenty of nations in Africa and South America who are mineral rich, but with no means to extract those minerals to get rich themselves. So they are practically begging you to take that wealth for yourself. And if some nation dares deny you the supply of minerals that you need to build your so-called emissions-free cars, just overthrow their government and install a puppet regime. This is exactly what he did in Bolivia. You know what they say, right? You don't make $1 billion, you take $1 billion. In November 2019, Bolivia's democratically elected president Evo Morales was overthrown by a US-backed coup. Bolivia has the world's largest, easy-to-extract lithium reserves, which Elon desperately needs to keep producing more and more electric cars. You see, Morales had refused to open up the country for foreign corporations who were waiting to exploit Bolivia for profit. So we had a problem here. Morales wanted to develop sovereign technology to extract lithium themselves, and by doing so wanted to keep the jobs and profits in Bolivia. But if he does that, how does Elon make money from that? So what did Elon Musk have to say about the coup? Well, we will coup whoever we want. Deal with it. And just after the coup, Elon was quickly invited by the new government for talks. But unfortunately, Morales' party returned to power in just 1 year, and Elon couldn't take over the lithium mines. This behavior of extracting foreign nations' resources comes from his dad, who partially owned emerald mines in Zambia and earned millions because of cheap child labor. But these are third world nations. How do you profit off of labor here in the US? It's quite simple, actually. Just make them work crazy hours every week in harmful conditions. Scare them into thinking that if they don't work as per your conditions, they would lose their jobs. If they dare try to unionize, scare them just enough by saying they would lose their stock options if they tried anything funny. And that's it. You've got yourself a perfect group of slaves who can't do anything to make their working conditions better. One security manager left Tesla, filed a whistleblower claim, and also alleged that Tesla had installed a device at the factory that can access everyone's private communications. Another leaker was falsely accused of being a lunatic by Elon and had his phone hacked. In the Fremont facility, ambulances were called more than 100 times between 2014 and 2017 because workers had fainting spells, dizziness, seizures, abnormal breathing, and chest pains, and hundreds more were called because of several injuries and other medical issues. But this wasn't normal. Tesla workers were getting injured 2 times more than the industry average, indicating something clearly was wrong. But these are not the only ways for Elon Musk to make billions. While you invest in boring index funds to gain minimal average returns per year, Elon has been repeatedly using his audience of over 120 million followers to move markets and make billions. Now sure, he would assure you that he has not sold his Bitcoin or Dogecoin, but Tesla has made billions by selling Bitcoins bought at lower levels. Elon personally posted a poll on Twitter asking everyone whether he should sell his Tesla shares and pay his fair share of the taxes. Wow, what a noble cause! Finally, a billionaire who's gonna pay his taxes. But that's what he wants you to believe. You see, Elon knows how the world works and how the world economy works. He knew his company wasn't gonna keep on doing well in the market, and so he sold. And what do you know? Tesla shares are currently trading way below the price at which Elon sold his shares worth billions of dollars. A single tweet from Elon Musk and crypto market would go crazy. Everyone would think that if Elon is promoting a coin, it must mean something that is extraordinary, something they need to get before anyone else does, something that would finally make them rich and end their misery, only if they got on the ride before everyone else. The only problem is millions of people were thinking this at the same time, resulting in crazy market movements in cryptos like Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Floki, and so on. And even SEC-regulated stocks like GameStop, Twitter, Tesla, Etsy, and the list goes on and on and on. But Elon had to work for years to reach this level, where he now enjoys such power and influence that nobody could imagine in the entirety of human history. But what if you don't want to spend so much time gaining power and influence? What if you want to earn those millions within a year's time? Well, no problem. We've got you covered. There's no need to wait for the child laborers to mine the rare earth minerals. Instead, we have a better plan, and that is the age-old technique of the Ponzi scheme. And we've just made a full video essay on the Top G's Ponzi scheme that explains how he made millions scamming innocent men. Who better than Andrew Tate to teach you how to be great at creating a cult? Click the first link in the description to watch the full documentary on Andrew Tate. And subscribe to Darkly to keep watching video essays just like this on money, power, war, and crime. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.